Hello, and welcome back to Better Than Wolves. This is Stoogely, episode 14, and I'm back in my little hole here, just coming out for the day, and obviously it's raining. I'm looking around to see if there's any monsters trying to kill me, but I do get past the river, and then I see this, a zombie with a shovel, and I kill him. And I get the shovel, which I actually start to use. Then there's a creeper that comes up on me, scares me to death. I fall into the river, but I pretty much run away scared. So that's the shovel. It's actually a pretty good shovel, actually. It's got a couple of good enchants on it. Then I decide I really need to start anti-skeleton housing. Then I find some clay in the river and start digging for that because I need to start making a brick oven. And this is my platform for the bricks, which I start building right after I dig that clay out. And this will then obviously allow me to start cooking more food quicker and be able to cook up iron once I get to it. Next egg comes along. I'm leaving my base. And I think there's a spider above me who I want to go and kill. I look around, make sure nothing's coming to kill me. So I venture up towards it and kill it. Die. Of course, he broke my axe, but I killed it. Killed it with my shovel. Then I went to kill some pigs. And more pigs. Die, piggy, die. Here I start exploring the various caves in the area. There's actually quite a few caves. Here I jump down to get some coal. And I also find a piece of iron. Actually, my first piece of iron at this new home. And after mining up this iron, I quickly look in the cave a little bit and run away. And then I start mining this coal. And I usually, when I'm using a sharp stone, only mine an even number of coal so that I can put them together to make a piece of coal, as opposed to having this coal dust. I hate having like coal then one piece of coal dust. It's kind of annoying. But I mine up most of this to get some torches. I do take a quick peek down here, see a skeleton, it's shooting at me, so I decide, hey, maybe I should run away. Because that skeleton's going to kill me very, very quickly. So I dig away. I do see this ravine here, which, spoiler alert, will come into play in a little bit. Here, a creeper decides to grace me with its presence, so I decide to punch it to death. Goodbye, creeper. And in the morning, the skeleton decides to die right on my doorstep, which actually happens quite often. Looks like I got a shovel and a bow there, by the way. And I run across the river again. Here I'm looking into these caves. Again, there are a lot of caves in this area. I've walked past quite a few. Then I go murder some animals. I killed some sheep, killed some chickens, and you had a quick peek of the ocean over there. Right here, there's ocean, and over there is extreme hills. So my very first spawn was actually, I think, right by an ocean. So it might not be that far away. And here, for a couple days, I cut down a bunch of trees around my base, basically to de-skeleton house this area. And there's a new moon. We're pitch black out there, can't see a thing. And here I venture forth again to the land of the living and the dead skeletons. Here I find another spider to murder. Ooh, looks like I got 2 string out of that. Thank you, spider. There's a wolf that I'm looking at very suspiciously. Yes, wolf. So I swing at it and kill it. Die. 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 Ha ha ha. That's my lunch. But what I do is I go take a look, see what's over here in this extreme hills over here. See if there's anything of interest. So I continue along that path there, and I come upon this plains area, which at first sight, it doesn't look like there's a lot of animals. It looked like there's a couple cows, but not much. But you can see there's a lot of caves in this area as well. So I plan on exploring this, but as I went down and explored a bit more, I found a bunch of sheep. And of course, I murdered them. Goodbye, sheep. Bye. And there's actually quite a few chickens as well, so I killed them as well. Goodbye, chicken. I looked around, see if that area looked familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if I've been there before, but I'm not sure. One of these days I'll go explore that area. There I go, killing another sheep, falling into a hole. But again, there's a lot of caves in this area. You're about to die, sheep. You know that, right? Look, another cave. There's a zombie that came out one of the caves to try to kill me, and I ran away, ignoring him. Bye, zombie. Then I decided to go back. It was starting to get dark, so it was time to head back home. And this is me returning. This is actually usually a lot later than I usually return to my base. The sun's already gone down. But I know it's not a new moon, so I wasn't that worried about it. Next morning, I venture forth once again, looking around, see if there's anything about to murder me. And I decide to go up the hill to, as you'll see in a second here, Bazinga. So the clay is finished. So I'm finally able to build a brick oven. So I collect all this, and in a little bit I will build my first brick oven in this new land. And I put down 16 more clay so I can build another one. And let's be making the brick oven. Then I kind of wander around looking around. This is that ravine that I looked at earlier, actually from a different view. And you can see there's a mine shaft down there, which hopefully one of these days I can actually explore. And I'm looking at the coal and the potential iron in these ravines. I finally put my brick oven down, and I get some wood, put it in there, and I guess I decide to cook a chicken and light it on fire. Oh, I love brick ovens. They're so much nicer than campfires. Campfires are terrible compared to this. And another skeleton who wants to die on my doorstep. Again, it's a running theme in my in this area. There's always a skeleton that wants to die. So I exit my base again, looking around to see if anything is about to kill me. Chopping down more trees. This is actually trying to open up a space so that I can go down that ravine. Because there's a bunch of trees in that area blocking the path. So I chopped down a bunch of trees. And here I go down into the ravine to look for, coal and iron, which I have seen. So I'm just making a path down there. As you can see, there's some coal there. In a minute, there's going to be some iron. There's the iron there. And again, there's that mine shaft, which I'll explore one of these days, hopefully. There's some iron over there on the other side as well. And here I am, mining this piece of iron. Come on, iron. And another piece of iron. Then I mine those other 4 pieces right there as well. So after this, I have 7 pieces of iron, so I just need 1 more to get the chisel. And this is another cave, which I start to explore very carefully. I look down one end, look down the other. Actually, there's no mobs that can get through there. So that I feel that's fairly safe. So I go down the other way. And this is the other angle from that that mine shaft, or from that ravine that I was just at, where you can see the iron. So I grab this piece of iron. I actually leave those other 2 pieces of iron so that when I get a pickaxe, I can grab those and get a full piece of iron instead of these iron dusts. They're making the 4 pieces of iron, and I think I immediately went straight back to my base to start cooking them up. I put 3 of them down on the ground, and I started cooking up the other one. There's another skeleton who died on my doorstep, and another spider that wants to die. Die, spider, die, spider. Of course they climb up. They always do that. Okay, spider, you know you want to die. There you go. And he dropped a string. Thank you. I had to go up and claim it in a second here. There we go. Now I have it. Here I am back in that ravine, collecting some more coal. And I actually do collect several pieces of coal here to get more torches. Here I, am exploring around. I see that taiga, which has been staring at me for some time, and I wonder if I've actually been there before. One of these days I'll go explore that. And I go towards that desert temple that I saw when I very first spawned here, and I haven't actually explored it at all. So I decided to go over there and check it out. And I think right about now, yeah, you can see I jerk around very quickly around. I've removed the audio from this. What I hear is that very deep growling sound that scared me to death. I'm looking around trying to figure out where it is. I know there's some nastiness in the area, and I don't know where it is. I suspect it's in the desert temple. So I'm looking in there, trying to figure out where it is. I look back here, I look over there. I wonder if it's over here a little bit. Yeah, and it's getting very loud. I mean, I can tell it's in this general area, but I don't know where it is, and it's scaring me. I'm not going into that desert temple until I can figure out where it's coming from. But I do continue to look around, see if I can see it. I do take a peek, see if he's down there or down that shaft. And I don't see him, so that's always a good thing. At least he's not in the desert temple. So I think I can explore that at some point. Back in my little hole, and I have a piece of iron. The first piece of iron, so that's pretty cool. So obviously I decide to cook another one. I go and collect some more clay right at the end of the day, and a wolf decides to come kill me. Or try to kill me anyways, but I kill it before he can kill me. But I do collect the rest of the clay so I can make another brick oven as the moon comes up. But I know it's not a new moon, so the new moon was, I think, a few days ago. But there, I'm making my second brick oven so I can cook up the iron a little bit faster. Here I'm obviously making more torches. I guess 3 more torches, which I'm storing around my base. I'm throwing them on the walls so that if I were to die, I still have the torches. So that's the plan. I'm trying to throw some stuff on the ground so if I die, it's not the end of the world. And it's raining again as I leave my base. Here I am exploring another cave. Hopefully to find some iron or coal or anything of use. So I take a peek down that hole. Then I take a peek down this hole. And all I see is blackness and scariness. So I kind of say, okay, I'm not going to turn around now. And I go back into my base because I want to cook iron. I'm to the point where I'm pretty close to having enough iron. I have 3 pieces of iron. I almost have enough iron to make the chisel. And there you go. There's my 4th piece of iron. So I can now make the iron chisel. which I pretty much immediately try to store. First of all, I try to store it on dirt, which I guess you can't put it on, so I put it on this stone for safekeeping. Another skeleton decides to, die on my doorstep. Sense a trend here. So I leave once again. See that creeper? I think I want to use my chisel, but there's mobs all around me, so I kind of go towards the desert temple, and here is where I see where the sound is coming from. That is not a pleasant sight, but he can't get to me, so I feel fairly safe. So I go down into the desert temple, though of course I grab my axe in case there's any mobs down here, or any mobs that might want to kill me. But luckily there are none. So after looking around a little bit and putting a slab there to block any mobs that might want to come down that path, I go down the ladder and check out the chest. The chests pretty much have rotten flesh and bones in them, and I think one of them had a skeleton head in them. But I've also put a little bit of food and some, supplies in that chest for the inevitable death. So if I come back here, I'll have a few supplies. Here I am using my iron chisel. Now that some of the mobs have despawned, I came back to use my iron chisel on this stump. And this takes basically forever to turn it into a crafting table. But sooner or later, one of these days, I'll get my crafting table. And there you go. That's pretty cool. And now I can make my pickaxe. So I make the first pickaxe I've had the chance to make in a while. So that's pretty cool. And I pretty much immediately use it. And my goal here is to dig down. Last time I went into caves and I died. So I decided I'm going to dig down. So I start with that. I've dug a little bit there, as you can see. And I continue to dig. Just, hopefully to find a cave. And I break into that little mini ravine that's right by my base, just as my pickaxe broke. The problem is, there's one block left, so I try to go outside to use the crafting table, but there was a skeleton that said, "Hello, nice to see you," and he was shooting at me, so I ran back inside. There's my panoramic shot of the outside. So I go back outside. Of course, there's another skeleton shooting at me. So I run away, even though I want to use that crafting table. That skeleton is not allowing me to use the crafting table. So I come back over here to explore a little bit further, because there's a swamp over here, as you can see. So I go over there and I kill some chickens, and I kill some piggies in a second here. Come on, piggies. There we go. Of course, I completely ignore the cows. Go away, cow. Leave me alone. And I find some sugar cane, so I can start making some wicker baskets and stuff and store some of this stuff. And I put a piece of cobblestone down to mark that area in case I ever, see that again. I'll know that I'm basically home. So I make a couple more pickaxes to continue my mining venture. And I finally break that piece of cobblestone. So I take a peek down. There's a couple pieces of iron down there. And look around. I'm like, how do I get down there? That does not look like a fun evening. At first I thought about just digging down, but I figured that would take forever. So I wised up and decided to use wood, so I can just kind of jump down. So I make a little bridge and a little staircase and kind of bridge down towards the bottom of the this little mini ravine. But I get a torch first to light up the area a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing, and place it And you can see it's, clear at least to there, but there's that little lip there. So here I am. I'm starting to make a little staircase down. And finally make it to the bottom. And I, first of all, put some dirt there to block that so mobs can't climb over it. Or at least I was hoping that mobs would not be able to climb over it. And I grab this iron and actually break the block, see if there's any iron under it, but there wasn't. If I break both of them, I get another couple pieces of iron, which is awesome, because I need a bunch of iron to get a iron pickaxe. And you can see I'm at the second level. That stone there is darker. That's the second level of stone. This stone pickaxe would not be able to mine that. But here I go and start mining some coal, because I want to get some more torches to explore the ravine a little bit further. At least, a bit further, so I can see what's down in that area. So I grab these couple pieces of coal and make a couple torches, and I light one of them. And I go investigate the path here of this ravine a little bit further down. You see it's very dark, and I'm starting to reassess my options here. I do light another torch, and I do jump down a little bit further, and you can see I don't see any iron or coal, so I kind of jump back and kind of give up on that for the time being. I'm sure I'll go back to it, but I do put some dirt there to block the and I think this is pretty much time for the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.